Oh, hey, we're back.
We're back.
Is that any better?
We'll try that one then, shall we?
Is that any better? It's just so typical. The days has been great, and now too much rain. Hello, everyone.
Hello. We had a whole house full just now, and now they've all flickered off.
Oh, maybe they thought, oh gosh, at that rate, I'll go make myself a cup of tea and go to the loo.
Oh, hello. Here we go. They're starting to come back. Hello, everyone.
Is that any better? Is the picture any better now?
How are we doing? Anything?
Bars are there. I just don't know.
Well, we are streaming, so I don't know what the pictures quality's like. Are we still all pixelated and all that kind of crap? I was just thinking that maybe flipping it to the phone if this doesn't work.
Yeah, the phone might be better. But oh.
But I'm not getting any comments coming up for some reason.
Why are you not getting any comments?
Can anybody give us a little bit of message or tell us what the internet's like, what your streaming's like? Any pixelated crap and all that kind of
This is
stuff?
terrible. You think we'd live in the middle of a cabin in the woods?
I think we probably would have had better in Bleeding Mate in Ashford. No, that would have been terrible,
That would
wouldn't
have
it?
been. I was literally in the woods before we moved here, and now we're practically in a town, and you'd think it would be better.
So we're not getting any comments. No comments are coming through.
What's going on?
Anybody? I take it some people might be typing some stuff.
Have you? Why are you not getting any comments?
Yeah, they should be coming up here. Should be coming up on the side there.
Hmm. Have you done something?
Nope. Oh, goody, goody, goody.
This is great. Yeah, I'm sure people are commenting because you know.
I'm sure people are commenting,
But we
and
can't see anything.
but we can't see anything. So,
Oh,
you know.
stick to your home from now on. This is nice to do the out and about, but unfortunately, it's
Yeah, unfortunately, your internet's shit.
no, it's not actually. It's just your standard internet, and I can see Netflix and Amazon fine. But you know, obviously, that's fine.
Nothing.
It's fine for what I need, but obviously not for what you need, which is.
No comments coming through whatsoever.
Right, let's try it on your phone. Show live chat messages.
And we've got the live messages activated.
Either that, or they're just, you know, having fun with us and not getting the message on. I doubt it. There's usually a message or two.
I'm sure people are typing. I'm sure we would have had a message by now.
Yeah. So what is going on?
No.
That's mental. Well, we can't have a live chat without any comments because it's like.
Otherwise, we don't know what we're talking about, do we?
Exactly. What are you doing with that one? Trying to go live and read the comments on that one. Oh, we're probably going to have to come back on Paul's phone now because this is a bit silly.
I wonder if I can piggyback on it and join the live chat.
What?
Probably
Get
not.
the comments out of it.
And get the comments on the phone.
Oh,
Probably
dear.
not. If not, then I'm going to have to try and.
Yeah, sorry guys, do not know why. I'm sure some of you have already typed something, but it's not coming up at all anywhere on this screen. Like it did before. Any comments? Can't see any comments there. Ah, they're
Right,
there.
okay,
You
so
found them.
we've got some comments coming up on the phone now, so I'll use that instead.
It's a bit of a delay.
Oh, blimey, we've got quite a few comments as well. I don't know why, I don't know what's going on here, but right, if I turn the volume
Yeah,
down
turn
on
the
the phone,
volume off.
at least I can flip through these and see what's going on. Hello, did you see Atomic Blonde? I haven't seen that yet.
I haven't seen
That's
it yet. and I
the
want to see
Charlize
it.
Theron one, isn't it?
I do want to see that.
So, I did pick that one up. Yeah, I picked that one up last week, so we're looking forward to seeing that one.
How's the picture now on this one?
Yeah, here's a picture. Punjab says the test run a couple of days ago was perfect.
I know.
I was doing that on my phone, but whereas we're doing it now on the iPad Pro, but I used the iPad Pro at home and I thought that would be much better.
Yeah, maybe stick to the phone next time.
How was your Christmas? How was your Christmas?
You're good?
Pretty good,
Yeah, Claire was cooking. Oh, actually, just I know there's been a few people that have asked the relationship and everything, where whether we're related to you or one of us is married to you or the other. But no, Claire and I are married to each other. We've been together almost 12 years. We've been married for 6. Better get that right.
Especially when she watches it back.
Absolutely. Love you, honey. But no, we had the in-laws down. We had some friends round. So she was busy cooking, and she's a marvelous cook. And she's just I've won the lottery with her. That's all I can say. So yeah, and that was a good Christmas.
It was a good Christmas.
Yeah.
Brilliant. I had a moderate Christmas. I was working half a day on Christmas Day and half a day on Boxing Day. And do you know what? The office where I was working, do you know how many phone calls we took? 0. What a waste of bloody
Well,
time.
not even somebody calling you to wish you a Merry Christmas?
No. Not even the old manager phoning in. Ah, dearie. Anyway, what we got here? Playing Battlefront and wrecking everyone. That's nice.
I take it that's a video game?
Picture's good.
Oh, good.
So that's a little bit better. I'm still having a go on the old screen here, so I'm still not quite sure why the comments are not coming up on the iPad, but we use them on the phone anyway for this chart.
Oh, you've got
for
2
this time.
likes already. That's lovely.
Did you watch Bad Santa 2 in the finish? Do you know what? I brought that up here on our little Christmas present opening, and why couldn't we watch it?
Because my Blu-ray player, our Blu-ray player now, that is a hand-me-down from Paul, by the way, stopped playing Blu-rays and can only play DVDs for some reason now. And we found that out when we tried to play Bad Santa.
Yeah.
So don't tend to really watch anything. Tend to just stream it on either Netflix or Amazon.
Imagine that, a Blu-ray player that doesn't want to play Blu-rays but wants to play DVDs.
Yeah, it plays
Get
DVDs.
your bloody priorities.
It plays DVDs fine, everything, but no. Yeah.
I'll take a bloody sledgehammer to it.
As you can all probably tell, I am not as what's the thing? I'm not as technical as Paul, and I'm very happy with I'm very happy with the 55-inch Samsung Curve. But before that, I was very happy with, as Paul calls it, a portable, standard, just 40-inch TV. And,
Tesco is crap,
fine.
yes.
Yeah, I'm not. I really just started getting HD.
480p picture quality. That's shit.
Mm.
I know I know the picture, the lighting, the ambient lighting is a little bit lower than usual, but we should be streaming at like 1080p at least. Do you like your job, and what other jobs have you had? Well, I've been in my job nearly 20 years now. I don't know if I would say I like it.
Yeah, that's where we met. We were shift partners. They put us to work at the same time, and we were doing 4 days on, 4 days off. So when everyone else was at work, Paul was the only one I knew that wasn't, and then we got to the cinema together, and that's how our friendship basically blossomed.
Yeah.
So, but you don't like it. The pay's good for the amount of work you have to do. It's really good.
Yeah, but that was when you was there. We do a lot more work now, We actually work for a living now.
Yeah, right. You've all seen how much he works for a living.
Oh yeah, taking 0 phone calls and doing sort of work. What other jobs? Well, as I say, I've been for that 20 years based in an office. Before that, I was on the railway. I ran a little part-time railway station. Worked in import-export, freight forwarding, and all that sort of thing. You worked in a hotel, didn't you?
Oh yeah, I've done all sorts of jobs. Reception.
You've been around a bit, have you?
Yeah, but mainly to do with because my first language is Spanish, so I do tend to just get jobs where the second language is required.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
What else we got here? Here's a good one. What's your favourite Christmas film of all time? I know what Claire's would be if we asked her.
What would it be?
It'd be Elf, wouldn't it?
Oh, of course, yeah. Oh.
Which I watched for the first time the other night, and I actually really enjoyed it.
I think I'm not I don't really like a lot of animated films, and I don't really like a lot of Christmas films because it's the same thing, isn't it? And I should have a bah humbug on my head. I love Christmas. It's just, you know, the whole thing, the whole theme is, you know, oh dear, you know, it's really sad, they're so poor, and, you know, and then they have a great Christmas dinner, you know, and it's just, it's like the romantic comedies, you just know what's going to happen, you know, it's just different characters in different settings, the storyline is almost the same. But I did watch one really good Christmas film, and I really liked it, and I laughed a lot, and it was called Office Christmas Party, and we watched that on at Christmas.
I think I saw that on one of the Blu-ray hunts a
And
couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, it had Jennifer Aniston in it, and she's the same character as Horrible Bosses, really, but she's, you know, it's not bad. It's good. I liked it. So that would have to be, at the moment, my favourite Christmas film. That and Bad Santa coming a close second.
Yeah. Although many would dispute that Die Hard is not a Christmas film, what I still insist it is, I think probably my favourite Christmas film of all time has got to be Vacation.
What, National Lampoon's?
National Lampoon's Christmas
That's
Vacation.
a funny one, yeah.
Which I saw again yesterday, and it cracked me up so much.
I know, Claire loves that one, but I have to wait quite a few years to watch it, because it's getting to the point where I can recite every line now. So.
Oh, can you subscribe? Yeah, we'll have a look at your channel a little bit later on. How long have we been friends? Yeah, what, just short of 20 years, isn't it?
I think
Just
so.
coming up to 20 years.
Yeah.
Well, we'll know, because it'll be August the 4th next year, will be my 20th anniversary at the office.
You know what? I could have been someone. You took my dreams from me when I first saw you.
Dunkirk is a great movie. I absolutely agree, Wayne.
See, now I haven't seen it, but is it Cillian Murphy? No, I love him in.
Well, you'd like it because Tom Hardy's in it as well.
Tom Hardy's in it as well.
Yeah, as well. He
blimey,
plays
I didn't
Spitfire pilot.
Oh, well then I definitely probably.
He has most of his mouth covered for most of the film.
Well, that's what happened in Batman. Yeah, that as well. He's in Peaky Blinders. I love Peaky Blinders, and I just finished watching that. And yeah, I'm not going to spoil it, but yeah. So I need something else. For all of you that don't know, Tom Hardy is my straight crush, and Thor is Claire's. What's his name?
Chris Hemsworth.
Yes, yes. And I think he was in Home and Away or something. And that's, no, you
yeah.
watched him in Home and Away. Yeah. So.
I got the Spider-Man Homecoming Target exclusive for Christmas. So happy. Oh, very good. Yeah. Spider-Man Homecoming. I've got the HMV Steelbook on that. Plus also the big sleeve. Have you seen Avengers 3 trailer? Absolutely. That is going to be one epic movie in May. Maybe I'll have to show that one to you because it's got it's got everybody from all of the Marvel movies, including Guardians of the Galaxy and everything.
Have I seen an Avengers film? I think I have.
I'm sure you probably have.
Yeah.
Oh, the Polar Express. Yeah, that's a really good film.
Actually, for an animated film, I have to say, I actually watched it from beginning to end.
Although probably the animation is a little bit dated, isn't it?
But that's probably why I like it. I think I
Yeah.
like the classics. I think too much CGI kind of ruins it for
Yeah,
me.
you don't like CGI, do you, much?
Well, it's just a bit too in your face all the time. I love the cinema. It's just different types of films. I don't necessarily do a lot of the.
Ernest, hello Ernest. We watched Office Xmas Party on Xmas night.
Yeah, so did we. Hey, hey.
The trailer spoiled the film. It was rubbish.
The trailer spoiled the film.
What, the film was rubbish or the trailer was rubbish?
Or the trailer was rubbish. I don't know. See, the film, okay, it was, I think the trailer made it look better than what it was, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But I still enjoyed it, you know. I mean, we had our nan with us, Claire's nan. She's 80-something, and we were trying to find a film that might be slightly appropriate. But we said, well, look, you know, we could watch the old typical Christmas Carol or the Muppets Christmas Carol or whatever, and you just know what's going to happen. You know, Scrooge gets 3 visits, you know, past, present, future, whatever, and it's just the same one, just different actors playing the same thing. So I said, can we, you know, crank it up a bit and do a different one? And well, everybody said, okay, fine, we'll do Christmas Party. And of course, every other word started with an effing this and effing that and effing the other. And
oh, my sort of film.
yeah, I thought you were correcting it, weren't you? But no, I thought it was quite good. I really enjoyed it. I had a laugh and a giggle, and it's been a while since films made me laugh.
Mm.
You know, some good comedies.
Home Alone is a good Christmas film.
Yeah, one of the classics.
I was watching a bit of Home Alone 2 a couple of weeks ago, and I completely forgot that Trump was in it.
Donald Trump?
Donald Trump was in it. He was like, Kevin was like passing him in the hallway in the hotel, and he was asking for directions or something, and Trump was like, yeah, down the end of the hall.
Oh, right.
A little cameo, you know.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Have you seen Star Wars 8? Absolutely twice now. Probably 3 times next week. And I loved it. A lot of people, it's a very divided audience on this one, because a lot of people are not happy with the way that certain parts of the story or the characters are going. But soon it'll be very interesting how they're going to resolve it in episode 9.
Yeah. That's like, you might as well be speaking a different language to me.
Tom Hardy is a good actor.
Tom Hardy's a great actor.
You'll love him in Venom.
Oh, I don't think I've seen Venom.
Ooh, there's another one to look out for then.
Yeah, good.
I'm watching The Last Jedi tomorrow for the first time. Wow. Hopefully you'll like it, and hopefully you won't be one of the ones that slates it. But you never know. Best movie, Christian, best movie of 2017. Best movie of 2017 for me is The Last Jedi. Definitely.
For me, just for the laughter factor, and because I'll give everything a go, film-wise, people. Probably Logan Lucky. I don't think I've laughed so much in a while. Logan Lucky. I mean, to see oh gosh, Daniel Craig in such a different role, from Layer Cake, from Bond, he just plays this, like, well, I'm gonna say it, hillbilly. I'm American. I'm allowed to say hillbilly, redneck, and just I don't know if you're all familiar with Logan Lucky, but it's basically it's surprising, because you think, God, they couldn't organise a piss up in a brewery sort of thing, but yeah, no, it works well, and I think I really liked it. And Katie Holmes, it was nice to see Katie Holmes back on the screen a bit, yeah, so that was good. Ryan Reynolds, he was really good as well. So
it was a good film, wasn't
I
it?
think Logan Lucky for me, probably, because I haven't laughed that much in a while.
Although I didn't pick that up because that was on the Blu-ray hunt yesterday. But I picked up American Made with Tom Cruise.
Oh, I watched American Made. Yeah, that was quite
You
good.
thought that was pretty good, didn't
Yeah,
you?
I thought that was pretty good as well. Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to seeing that one. Yeah, there was a lot of good films this year. I mean, Logan, Thor 3 was going to be my number one. If The Last Jedi hadn't come along, Thor 3 would have been my
Still
favourite.
have to watch that. I haven't watched that yet. But I did finally get around to seeing Wonder Woman and absolutely loved it. Was that this year?
Yeah, that was a great film.
Was that this year?
That was definitely, that was this year.
I think for me, don't like a lot of special, like, CGI and stuff, and and superhero films, but Wonder Woman, yeah, I'd say that was really good. I really loved the storyline with that one, and Chris Pine was quite good in it. It was nice to see him in a different role.
That really surprised me as well, because DC films have not been known to be good. With the Man of Steel 2, and even the original Man of Steel wasn't brilliant. It had its faults. And although a lot of people really slate Suicide Squad.
I love Suicide Squad.
So do I. I think it's a really entertaining
loved
film.
it. I really loved Suicide Squad. Yeah, well,
And then along came Wonder Woman, and we thought, what the bloody hell's going on here? Shouldn't this have a Marvel tag on it to be this good?
But funny enough.
And then Justice League came along, didn't it? In fact, the whole lot up.
See, I haven't seen it yet, so I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to get to see it or not, but I definitely want to.
Well, I'll have to get it on DVD for you, because you won't be able to play it Blu-ray, will you?
I'll just wait till it comes out on Amazon.
What's this, Thomas? Some horrible bastard ruined The Last Jedi for you for no other reason than he was a massive. Yeah, I know what the last word is.
Oh, that's like going around, telling people that I saw a YouTube thing, and I am American by birth, and my mother's Mexican and my dad's English, and there's a lot of. Oh, actually, I probably won't get into it, because one of the things you should never talk about is religion, politics, and I don't know what else. I will. But there was a clip of this guy going around telling children are in the line going to see Santa, and he decides to go to this mall and start telling kids, Santa isn't real. It's all about, this is what it's really about, and the parents are lying to you and stuff. And it had a religious sort of connotation to it, even though I have absolutely no issue with it. The issue was that it was presented in the wrong way.
Yeah.
So, and it's kind of like that's sort of when people ruin films, it's like, what's the point?
It's the same thing what happened years ago when The Sixth Sense came
Oh
out.
yeah.
If you haven't watched The Sixth Sense,
Cover your ears.
cover your ears. I read on the internet once that it was a full house, first showing for a lot of people. This bloke walked in, shouted out, "Bruce Willis is dead."
And then you can't ever look at it the same again. That's why you
No.
can't see it twice.
But the funny thing is that a lot of the people run out of the cinema and kick the shit out of the bloke.
I think a lot of parents with the children went to do the same to this guy. But
Yeah.
I absolutely, yeah.
Have you watched Prisoners?
Prisoners.
Was that with, what's his name? Logan, Wolverine.
Prisoners. Don't think I've seen that.
What's his name? Hugh Jackman.
Yeah,
Was it
no,
Hugh
no,
Jackman
no.
and Jake Gyllenhaal? I'm pretty sure it was.
Hmm.
Hello.
that's interesting.
Are you Jedi Knight 11? Have you thought of a name for your other porg?
Pork sausage.
Pork sausage.
Pork sausage.
Better hurry up because all the interest will be gone in porg soon. Somebody suggested Ginny. Winnie and Ginny. I don't know. I'll have to go through the list again and see what there is. Because there's quite a few good suggestions.
Should have called them gin and tonic.
Or ham solo. Scrooged is funny.
Is that the
That's Bill Murray,
Bill
isn't it?
Murray, the old one, yeah.
Been Blu-ray hunting today. Learning from the master. Who's that then? Bought in the Heart of the Sea. I like that. Alien Covenant. Yeah, pretty good. Transformers The Last Night. Well, you know what to expect with Transformers. It's the Transformers. And Kingsman. Good selection. I love Kingsman.
I haven't seen Kingsman. I want to see the first one so I can
You've
watch the
seen
second
Kingsman?
one. No.
Haven't you?
You lent me the Blu-ray.
Oh yeah, but you
remember?
couldn't play it, could you?
And I couldn't play it. Yes. So, but I want to see Kingsman 2 because Julianne Moore's in it. And I think she's a great actress.
I just effing hate Trump.
Hey!
A lot of people
yeah,
do. A lot of people do.
absolutely. Yeah, Paul sent me a message and it was, he said something that was a little bit like it deserved and a really bad word said back at you or something.
Oh
And I
yeah.
said, I don't know, I can't remember what you said, but I said, okay, I'm not going to call you the CUT thing because, you're not as, you lack the depth and warmth of a CUT. But I've got a worse word for you, And I just went, so my mother might be watching this, so I just went, oh, F off you, Trump. So that is my new word. If I call anyone a Trump, that is probably the lowest of the low, and I'm really, really teased off with you.
Blimey, eh? The Last Jedi I thought was great, apart from a couple of bits. It was good bits, bad bits. Same with every film, really, in there. Yeah, what is all the hate for The Last Jedi? I loved it. What do people want from a Star Wars film? Well, you've got the Millennium Falcon, Luke Skywalker, X-Wings. What else do we... At least you didn't have a Death Star this time, eh? No, I really loved it. Even the Mary Poppins scene. Right, that's going to confuse the hell out of Lou.
The Mary Poppins scene.
There's a Mary Poppins scene in Star Wars.
So it was,
Anybody that's in The Last Jedi will know what I'm talking about.
so it was practically perfect in every way.
It was a really good Star Wars
No,
film.
that is a Mary Poppins reference.
Oh, is it?
Practically perfect in every way.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah.
I haven't seen Mary Poppins. Dunkirk overrated. It is for me. Oh, right, okay. Funny you should say that because I love Dunkirk. I've seen it several times now. Christopher Nolan is fantastic. And I put it on for the first time for my dad the other day. An half hour into it, he decided to go to bed.
I haven't actually seen
But he
Dunkirk.
loves war films.
Yeah, but maybe that should tell you something. I mean, I don't know. I haven't seen the film. I tend
think
to
it's
not
because-
really go and see.
I think it's because you don't give a shit about any of the characters. It's about the current situation and the way that it flips from the Spitfires to the beach to the fishing. You know, the small boats. I don't think he liked it.
Actually, can I add to my best film of the year, please? Which I think it was this year. As on a comedy side would be Logan Lucky. On a more serious side and deserves an Oscar, I would say The Zookeeper's Wife, which I hope was. I think it was this year, wasn't it? If it wasn't this year, then I apologise. But The Zookeeper's Wife was, also based on a true story. So
Right.
yeah, love that film.
What's it about?
About a zoo in Poland.
Oh,
And
right.
then
Okay.
obviously, Germans invaded, and then they basically. Well,
Is
I'm
it-
not going to say too much, but they help Jews.
Is it an English language film?
Yeah.
Is it? Oh, I might have to
Yeah.
check that one out then.
I do like a bit of world cinema, but obviously, yes, it is
Yeah.
in English.
Oh, brilliant.
And then it's got a good cast and everything. Even the Germans are speaking English, which is quite good.
More like, what is your name? Oh dear. My favourite movie of the year has to be Baby Driver. Yes, absolutely. Well, I wouldn't say best film of the year, but that is up there in my top 5. That's a fantastic film, despite whatever's been going on with Kevin Spacey. Allegedly.
Been going on with Kevin.
That's the
Spacey.
thing, isn't it? You can't diss a film, you can't hate a film just because of one person.
Well, don't forget
Because you're
this is an
disrespecting the rest of the cast.
Yeah, this is it was an actor playing a role. The
Yeah.
role is not Kevin Spacey. And
Yeah,
you've got to remember
you
that.
have to appreciate it for the role, the
Yeah.
character that he's playing, not the actor that's playing the character.
Yeah.
Yeah, which a lot of people don't see through.
I loved him in House of Cards. He made House of Cards for me.
And now they sacked him.
Have they?
Yep, they're doing another series, but he's not in it.
What's this about innocent and proven guilty thing?
Well, I don't know.
Well, he hasn't. I totally just haven't followed it. But yeah, House of Cards was good. I liked it.
Punjab Hero says the reason why Trump got a lot of cameos back in the day was that if any film company wanted to shoot anywhere in his vast real estate empire, particularly in New York City, then contractually he was in it as a cameo.
Well, of course he would.
Yeah,
This is a
basically,
narcissistic
Yeah.
A person. I kind of wish my mother had never got into this because I'd be swearing away. It's very disrespectful in Mexican culture to swear in front of your parents. Or I don't really swear, but it's disrespectful anyway. In case
Are you going to? Are you going to swear in a minute?
No,
I
no.
was going to say, Laura, don't watch it.
I don't really. if I
Block your ears up.
I don't naturally swear because obviously, you have to keep your professional.
I swear a lot and I save it for blueberry hunting.
This-
Hey! We got comments on screen. Oh my god, that took a long time.
Oh yay! Don't know what happened there, but
Yeah, I don't know. It might be better to do it the other way though.
Lulu looks gorgeous. Who's that?
Hang on.
Oh no, go back to that bit. Oh no, go back to that.
Hang on, I want to stroll.
Scroll up, scroll up.
Will it be better to do it like that or to do it from here because we can see
No,
them
no,
better?
no, that's fine. Do it
You-
from there. 'cause
you
then
wanna-
I can read it because I can't read over there.
Right, where we want to go? We want to
So
go
right,
back
see,
to.
one comment that I actually wanted to focus on.
Right.
that you just-
So I'm going to shut that down. So the phone's shut down. So we scroll back up here. My favourite movie of the year was Baby Driver. Yeah, there. Logan's Lucky. I've seen the reason. There we go. We're on the Trump bit there now.
I love Charlize Theron. She's so sexy. Well, it depends on the film. If it's Hancock, 2 thumbs up. She looked stunning in that.
But she was really good in
Yeah,
that, wasn't she?
She was gorgeous in that. And Claire would agree. That's what I can say.
She was
this.
really good in Fast and Furious 8 as well.
Can I just do a disclaimer? Not as gorgeous as you, of course, Claire Bear. But yeah, she did look gorgeous.
Did you like Kingsman 2? Yes, I did. Personally, I thought it was better than the first one. That's going to piss a lot of people off, but I happen to believe it. And I found it absolutely hilarious with fucking Elton John swearing his guts out. Jedi Knight, was that? I didn't like The Last Jedi. I actually hated it. Oh, wow. My favourite movie from the year was either Logan or Spider-Man Homecoming. I liked Spider-Man Homecoming, but to be perfectly honest, I got a bit bored. I think it was the first half hour. It's quite draggy and a bit slow. I'm probably going to hear from some people about that as well. But Logan, yeah, that Logan was a fantastic film.
I can't wait to watch it.
What's that? However, a few films shafted him by
Trump.
leaving him on the cutting room floor, oversighting Trump's Oh, I bet he was not happy about that.
Excellent. That is that, yeah.
Ragnarok and Wonder. Should that be Wonder? Oh, there's the film
Wonder,
called
the film
Wonder.
called Wonder, yeah.
Was also amazing, yeah. Justice League was okay. Yeah, just okay.
Oh, I thought it was a bit more than okay.
You haven't seen Justice League?
Oh, sorry, I was thinking Suicide Squad in my head. Sorry, I have not seen Justice League.
Justice League had its problems because the original director, I think it was something like his sister or one of his relatives died, and he had to leave the project, so it got taken over by Joss Whedon, that did Buffy.
All right.
And it ended up being like two separate films.
Bye.
Yeah, you could kind of see the cut, but it was an enjoyable film, but it could have been much better.
It's Bugs Bunny saying, Lulu looks gorgeous. Thank you, Bugsy. What's up, Duck?
Oh, Bugs Bunny! Recently watched Deepwater Horizon and Patriots Day on Netflix. Holy cow, they were amazing movies. They are both brilliant movies. War for the Planet of the Apes was fantastic. Yes, it was. Have you seen any of the Akira films? For Seven Samurai and the Hidden Fortress? No, I've not seen any of those films. Never had a chance to. I love the World's End, and I wish you could meet the cast of the Cornetto trilogy. That would be brilliant, wouldn't it?
The Cornetto.
Cornetto trilogy.
Do you mean the adverts for Cornetto?
It's literally.
As in the ice cream cone, Cornetto.
Well, yeah, actually, because one of them actually did eat an ice cream because he got brain freeze. It's Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, and World's End.
All right.
World's End's so funny. They go on a pub crawl, try and get around all the pubs before the world ends. Psycho or The Birds? You seen both of those?
Which one?
Psycho or The Birds?
The Birds I have.
The
Yes.
Bird's really freaky, isn't it?
Yeah, but no, it's really good.
Yeah, Psycho. I like Psycho. That's pretty good. Fast and Furious 8, Charlize Theron was gorgeous. Absolutely. Logan was sad but great. Lulu, you should watch Logan. It's the best X-Men film, if you count it as one.
Okay, I will. I
Yeah.
want to.
It's kind of like an X-Men closing film, isn't it?
I'll have to
Because
buy
it's
it.
closing out the trilogy.
Buy it off
Well,
Amazon.
trilogy? Colville Psycho. What's your favourite zombie movie? You probably haven't got one, have you? Or is it a comedy zombie movie?
Yeah, that one with the
Dead person.
yeah, that one with the dead ones that keeps going around. Oh God. I've watched some, but I just couldn't even tell you. It's one of those I've watched because there's nothing else to watch, but I couldn't remember. What was it? Does Resident Evil count as a zombie movie?
I think so.
Because I mean,
Yeah,
they're all
kind
really,
of does.
You know.
I'm trying to think of the one that I really something cold. Cold.
Oh, cold hearted or cold blooded? Do you mean the one with the
Cold,
teeny?
cold
The
body or
teeny
something.
one? Yeah. You mean the one with the
The one
like
he was dead. He was a zombie,
and
but
her love made him human again or something.
but his thoughts were human. You know, oh, this is my daily thingy. This is what I'm doing today. Because it had a really good music soundtrack to it as well. What's your favourite zombie? Yeah. Roll On May 2018 for Infinity War. Absolutely. Just uploaded a new video of my collection. Oh, I'll check that out. I don't know if you've had your delivery yet, and you got the email about the steelbooks, but the Harry Potter, was it The Hobbit? I think it was one of the Hobbit ones, was missing a couple of discs of 3D discs, so I shoved in a load of other steel books that I had hanging around. So hopefully you've got that box set. If not, then hopefully it will be delivered tomorrow. Bloody post is all over the place at the moment. I received my Wonder Woman Manta Lab today, which was posted I think on the 4th of December. So yeah, the post is just crazy at the moment. Favourite Marvel movie? I still would say that it's Avengers, the first Avengers. Although we might want to revisit that after May next year.
I don't think I have a favourite Marvel movie. I just watch them. That's it. I think there's one that I go, oh, I can watch that one again.
Guardians of the Galaxy?
I haven't even seen
You haven't
Guardians
seen
of the
the
Galaxy. It's sci-fi.
Yeah,
so we'll get to my sci-fi.
Lulu's not a big Marvel person, are you? You're not a big sci-fi person.
No, but what's Thor? Is that Marvel or DC?
That's Marvel.
Yes, I was probably Thor.
Probably Thor then.
Yeah.
Favourite Die Hard movie? Well, really, there's only one Die Hard movie, isn't there? It's the first one. What do you think of the latest Walking Dead episode? Yeah, it's going to be interesting where it goes, but I think it's already been written in the comics, hasn't it?
Warm Bodies.
Warm Bodies, that's it. That's a brilliant film. I love that
Oh
because that's got a really good soundtrack. Yeah, I really like Walking Dead. Hopefully when that comes back in about February, it's going to really get going now.
Well, maybe by then I'll actually have seen at least one episode.
Oh dear. And I'm hoping to start on Fear the Walking Dead in the next week because I've got the complete season 3 now.
Fear of the Walking Dead, is that not another series?
It's a spin-off.
Oh, I thought Fear of the Walking Dead was like a little chat show you get after the program finishes to discuss.
No, that's
what's about.
That's Talking Dead.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a spin-off show, but they're going to collide next year because there's a character from The Walking Dead that's going to arrive in the Fear the Walking Dead. It's just all dead.
Then they're walking.
Yes, of course, the first Die Hard. I was very disappointed with A Good Day to Die Hard. Although after several viewings, it does get a bit easier to watch. But it still pisses me off how Bruce Willis can be driving around, rolling on the floor, crashing cars, and his bloody clothes are still intact with no blood anywhere.
I just find it how they can always get in the same position again and again and again in these films. It's like, I think that's why I stopped watching 24. Is that the one with the terrorist? Oh yeah, I've seen that one. You're like, have you seen series 4 of 24? I'm like, is that the one with the terrorist? Yeah, I've seen that one.
It's not Christmas unless you see Hans Gruber flying off the top of the Nakatomi building. Thanks so much. You are so kind. Hopefully I can maybe get that Dunkirk film book. Yeah, absolutely, because I should be getting me steelbook from Media Market within the next couple of days. So just hit me up on the emails when in a couple of days' time, and hopefully I would have had it by then. The film book's really nice. It's going to go really well with your Interstellar one. Guardians of the Galaxy 1 was amazing. The sequel, yeah, questionable. The one thing that I really loved in the sequel, though, was Kurt Russell, what they did with him, because it's like we went back in time, wasn't it? It's like being back in the 80s. They did a CGI mapping and they made him young again. They made him like he was in the 80s.
We're still talking about...
seamless. It was fantastic.
Okay.
Second half of Walking Dead, I hope, is better than the first half. I think it's really... It really should get going with Negan because they really need to kick his arse. When you go into Tesco's and Sainsbury's and give a run-in commentary on the Blu-rays, do people look at you funny? The times that I tend to go in, it's kind of quiet. And it's kind of quiet around the Blu-ray areas. Every now and again, I'll get one of these Sainsbury's people?
Do you mean security guard?
No, the staff.
Oh.
And you know where they're supplying all the shelves and all that? They've got no rubber on their wheels, and you get these trolleys going past you, and you can't film because it's crap.
It's noisy. But has anybody actually said, look, what you're doing?
No, because I pick my moments. Some of the times I have to do an overdub because sometimes it's impossible with maybe screaming kids in the next aisle. But no, nobody sort of like looked weird at me yet. There's plenty of time though.
They always look at me over for completely different reasons.
Lenny Jones, yeah, he's moving into Fear, but also still being walking as not as often as the Future series. Yeah, that's pretty good. I was wondering which character that was going to be. Watch Media, was it? I would also like to get the Dunkirk film book, but can't find it anywhere. I will also check out your channel. I recently did a collection video as well. Ah, yeah. I think the film book was on sale it was Amazon, wasn't it? And they sold out really quick. But I think I have seen it in HMV. Don't know if it's still there. I'm dying with excitement waiting for my Rogue One double lenticular. Yeah, no shit. The day that I get that and unbox that, blimey, I think you probably all have to pick me up off the floor. You know how long I've been waiting for that. But I think Kevin's got a bit of illness at the moment on Blu-ray.com. I think he's had the flu just before Christmas, so that's why all the hold-ups. Hope Black Panther is good.
I've seen a preview to
Seen
that.
a preview for
It
that
looks
one.
good.
It does look good, doesn't it?
Mhm. So is that Marvel or DC?
That's Marvel.
Okay.
Rick kicked Negan's arse, but he was thrown out of a window. I was so overexcited when I watched that. Yeah,
Is that Danny DeCay?
yeah. I will sub to you. Oh, right, okay. Yeah, I will sub to you. HMV has the Dunkirk film book, yeah, but I don't know how long they'll hold it for or have it, you know, because they seem to go really quick because there's no steelbook, so that's probably one of the best options because it's got a really good cover on it. Maybe in Tesco's, yeah. I got the X-Men HMV slips. They look beautiful. Oh yeah, is that the new ones? The new Marvel ones? Is that the new Marvel ones with like the silver background? Dunkirk's film book is $24.99 on Zavvi. Didn't know Zavvi was stocking it, but there you go.
Saludos. Oh, saludos. Hi. Rob Sutton. Hello.
Hello. Tesco have got big sleeves. HMV get their premium collection. I'm surprised other retailers have not started their own exclusives. I think we're only really left with, what, like Sainsbury's? Sainsbury's sometimes do their own exclusives, but not exclusively. But I don't know how long Tesco's are going to be doing big sleeves. Because the problem is, they keep sticking them with the vinyl. So you have no idea where to look when you go in the store. And I've been talking to the people high up at Tesco who organise what goes to what store. And I've sent them pictures and everything, and they've come back to me and said, they'll look into it. But and also big Nick over at Big Sleeve Edition Fans on the Facebook page. Yeah, he got a message from the bloke that designed the covers for the last set of Universal big sleeves. So I think he's pretty interested in both myself and Nick's thingy of the big sleeves. I want to pre-order The War for the Planet of the Apes Manta Lab. Yeah, because that's a better cover than the UK one. Because there's no spine title, is there, on the UK one? I recently picked up the new Diary of a Wimpy Kid film on Blu-ray. Have you seen these films? I haven't, have you?
No, I haven't. If your subscribers are thinking, well, what film has Lou actually seen any films? I do actually watch quite a lot of films.
Just not the films that we're interested in.
I just don't really do sci-fi. I don't do superhero very much. I tend to
You don't do space, Star Wars, Star Trek.
Although I love Passengers. I love Passengers.
Yeah.
And, and I love The Fifth Wave, even though that's sci-fi but not space.
That kind of, yeah.
I enjoyed The Fifth
That
Wave.
kind of falls into like Invasion of the Body Snatchers, doesn't it, really? So, is Invasion of the Body Snatchers that sci-fi? I suppose it is. Do you have any New Year's resolutions, and what do you do on New Year's Eve? Well, you've got something planned, haven't you?
Yeah, Claire and I are going to London this year, staying over for a few nights and doing fireworks. So that'll be.
So that'd be very
good.
nice.
That'll
And
be
the
really nice.
fireworks over the Thames, isn't it?
Yeah,
Which are
that'd
going to
be
be
lovely.
bloody loud. My brother went up there a couple of years ago, and he said it was horrific. It's like being on the beaches on Normandy. But no, I finish work at 8 p.m. on New Year's Eve, so I'll be going home and watching the fireworks on my big screen. I wonder if they'll broadcast them in 4K. That'd be nice.
New Year's resolutions, have you got any?
New Year's resolutions, maybe to put a bit more weight on.
Oh, starting to play.
Maybe to lose a little bit of weight.
Yes.
To get out there, to do a bit of exercising. I miss my nice long walks along the seafront in Dover. But we'll see.
I know he's big Pauly, but you could lose weight and still be big Pauly, okay?
Yeah.
And only because I want you around for a long time and I love you.
I love you too as well. Oh dear. I mean, I wouldn't go to the extremes of Wet Movie 1 called Duda, what they did a couple of years ago.
What?
They were like £400, £450. They did extreme weight loss.
Oh, well, like The Biggest Loser and all that.
That kind of thing, sticking to like 500 calories a day or 1500 calories a day.
No.
But a few of them.
Just maybe have one bar
Yeah.
of chocolate instead of 5, you know?
But they kind of got left with some flabby skin and all that kind of stuff. But then you have to maintain it, and Wet Movie One's having problems trying to maintain it at the moment. He's put on about another £50.
Mm.
But it's all to do with things like scheduling as well, isn't it? Because you come home after a day's hard work, you don't want to go to the gym. But luckily that's why having a shift work, it's nice to go out in the summer or in the spring when the weather's nice and go for a walk along the seafront and that kind of thing. Whilst Blu-ray hunting today, I saw the HMV Atomic Blonde exclusive steelbook for £19.99. It looked beautiful. Next time I go, it's mine. It does look good. I'm not sure if that's has that got a title on the spine. I couldn't see it on the picture, but I've got a couple of orders of that for the group buy. X-Men exclusive slips with the characters on them. I don't think I've seen them. I've only seen the Marvel ones. Did you see the Doctor Who Christmas special? Yeah, I thought that was really good. Love the way that they. Oh yeah, see, Lou hasn't got a clue now, have you?
Actually, I did watch. The single ones, not Doctor Who, but those single mini films that little spin-off of Doctor Who did. Or maybe it wasn't even a spin-off of Doctor Who. What was it? He doesn't get old. And every time he does, he comes back to life. What's his name?
Oh, what? Hey, what?
Jack or Captain?
Oh, what? You mean Torchwood?
Torchwood, that was it.
Captain
Yes.
Jack.
I don't know, was it Jack? his
Captain
name?
Jack Harkness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The little mini ones that they did, like
Yeah.
Children of Earth.
Yeah.
And,
I think they are coming back and doing another one as well.
those were good. I like
They were really good. As for the Doctor Who, I mean, it was really good how they had the William Hartnell footage of the first Doctor, and it very subtly morphed into David Bradley because he does a brilliant William Hartnell impression, and the way they recreated the inside of the first Doctor's TARDIS as well. The regeneration took its time, took a long time. I think when Matt Smith regenerated into Peter Capaldi, Lou's looking at me like, what the hell are you talking about? It was like, psst, done, and he was done. But Peter Capaldi was like, go on, do it. And we were there for about 10 minutes. But he regenerated into the first female Doctor. She pressed a button, and the TARDIS blew up.
Well, that reminds me of when I asked you.
And the TARDIS kicked her out, and it was left with her just flying down and falling to Earth. Oh, I hope everybody's seen that, and I haven't spoiled that.
You probably have.
Too late now.
And did you know Santa isn't real?
Oh dear. So yeah, I really enjoyed that. I've actually seen it twice, so they did a really good job with that. Star Wars all the way for me. I got Home Alone Steel Book, which is is a US exclusive. Oh, very nice. Is that the one with Home Alone 1 and 2? You live in London? Well, you're going to
Nice.
London, aren't you?
Yeah, what part of London do you live in then? You probably, don't think much the far away from where you are. Would have saved us a fortune on staying in a hotel.
Oh, I'm sorry. I
The
just saw.
Airbnb.
I just saw a very funny comment.
Oh, what Blu-rays do I have?
Lulu, what Blu-rays do you have?
Okay, well, let me put it this way. I was going to start collecting Blu-rays, and then we found out that the Blu-ray player doesn't work. But the reason why I don't replace it is because it's hooked up to the surround sound. It's, well, Paul can explain it better.
Yeah, it's a all-in-one 3D Blu-ray player with 5.1 surround.
Yeah, and I love the surround sound. And it's great when I'm watching Netflix or, when we're watching Amazon or DVDs.
I used to have it up in the back bedroom. It's my old system.
Yeah. And he hooked it up.
And as soon as I gave it to Lou, she fucked that.
No, I didn't. And I never had Blu-rays, and I thought, oh, maybe I should start doing Blu-rays. And then Paul said, oh, I'll lend you some of mine and see if you prefer them over DVDs. And of course, I couldn't play a single one.
That would have been lovely watching Wonder Woman on the 4K TV.
I did watch Wonder Woman on the 4K TV.
Yeah,
I downloaded it
but
from Amazon.
yeah, I know, but you were watching it through Amazon. To watch a native Blu-ray
Oh,
on
that would have been
a
better,
4K
wouldn't it?
TV, and with the sound, you definitely would have noticed with the sound.
So no, I do not have any. I do not own any Blu-rays,
So-
and the only sort of DVDs that I've kept, because obviously just got rid of them now with Netflix, Amazon, and everything else, was just the Kill Bills. I mean, I had to keep Kill Bill too because it kind of goes with it, but it's not my favorite. But Kill Bill, ultimate favorite film, I think. Love it.
One of Tarantino's best. Have you any old school VHS in your collection?
In my collection or yours?
Not so much in my collection. The only VHS ones I kept were a lot of music concerts. Queen, Status Quo, all that kind of thing. My mum kept a load of Barry Manilow ones for some reason. A few
She's a
documentaries.
Panelo.
But I did I have got The Abyss and Terminator 2. Believe it or not, I bought Terminator 2 on VHS the day that it came out, and it was 80 quid on VHS. You mad gits. Hello, Big Chris, how you doing? Blimey. If anybody wants to see how to pick up Blu-rays, go and subscribe to Big Chris and watch his videos, because he'll show you how to do it Poundland style. He's got a huge amount of Poundland, and he always gets the best ones as well. I went in Poundland today. They had a few new titles. The only newest one that I managed to pick up was The Interview, which was about these two kind of like crappy news, what do you call them? Reporters, James Franco and I can't remember the other bloke. And they went out to North Korea to interview Kim Jong-un or one of them.
Okay.
And the CIA wanted them to go out there and infiltrate.
So a bit like Fargo.
I don't know. I'm not sure. But I think it was when The Interview came out that North Korea kind of sent a virus to Sony in the US, and I think all their systems went down. It's kind of like their retaliation, because we were insulting North Korea.
Did you get any Blu-rays for Christmas?
I got 2. Did you get any Blu-rays for Christmas? Yeah, I got. What was the one you got me?
Season of the Witch.
Yeah, which I'd already got.
Well, the only reason I got it, and I got it ages
Because it had a nice slip cover.
because it had one of those covers that you're
Yeah.
into, and it had Nicolas Cage in it and the guy from Sons of Anarchy.
Yeah. I picked up so many Blu-rays from Poundland that it's hard to keep track of how many I've got. I've probably picked up
Wait,
probably about
it's by the
100 or
way,
2,
guys, by the
200.
way, it's really hard to shop for Paul because where do you get the guy that's got everything?
Lamborghini.
So, listen, if I could afford a Lamborghini, we'd have faster broadband. Okay?
I absolutely adore my 4K telly. It really annoys me when the people say they can't see the difference between 4K and just your standard. You haven't met my dad then?
I have to admit,
It goes on standard definition all the time when he's in the room.
yeah, I have to admit, it would annoy me now too,
Yeah.
because I had standard TV.
You only
Okay.
have to watch like a football match. You only have to
Yeah.
watch the grass.
Yeah, I can't see how people can say they can't tell the difference.
Although on my new TV, one thing that I've noticed and I think is evident on a lot of LED TVs is something called banding. And it's kind of like very faint black lines that go down. It's all right when you're on stationary and everything, but when you've got a fast moving background or something, you can see the black lines stay the same, stay there, but the kind of picture drifts. Could be a bit disorientating, but it's only very faint. But apparently even OLED screens have them. I think they call it banding, screen banding. They were going to blow up Sony. Yeah, that sounds about right. Maybe they put a couple of death sentences out as well. Who's your favourite actor and actress?
Wow, that's a toughie. I guess actresses, I'd have to go with Julianne Moore. And that's just because she's so different in every character. It's not, I mean, yeah, she's easy on the eye too, that's quite nice, but it's the fact that her acting is good and she plays completely different characters every time. It's not just the same one.
Mm.
And, that's another sci-fi I watched that I really liked.
Oh,
The Forgotten.
The Forgotten.
Yeah.
That was a
Yeah.
good film.
So, yeah, she does so many different roles and she can act. It's not like this person like Hugh Grant that just plays himself all the time,
Hugh Grant. It's Hugh Grant.
Yeah, exactly. So I've always found that no matter what she does, she's done some really good films. And I've just drew a blank. But there was a particular one where, she's in an abusive relationship and and she's blonde in that one. And there's another one where she's brunette. And there's another one where she's her, usual redhead self. And it's just her acting is just really good. She can really act.
Mm. You want to see her in Kingsman 2 then?
Yeah, well, I want
You
to
need to see Kingsman 1
That's what I want to
first.
see Kingsman 1, see
Because
Kingsman
she plays like the henchman, the Bond-style villain.
Because I haven't actually seen her in a comedy role, I don't think.
Oh, she plays that comical,
Yeah.
definitely.
But, she does some really good films and she does some really...
What about favourite actor?
Her actor? Well, see, that, I'd have to say Tom... See, I like Tom Hardy. Like I said, he's my straight crush. But I wouldn't say he's my favourite actor for acting.
Right.
Because he's kind of I find him a bit sort of singular with his acting. He's got this sort of particular way about him that he suits certain roles.
Right.
Where I suppose my favourite actor for actually acting, oh god, that's really hard. There's just too many of them. But I suppose Anthony Hopkins, I'd have to say.
He's good, yeah.
He's good in so many different. I've seen him in. He plays a butler. He plays Hannibal Lecter.
Yeah.
Favorite role. He plays. He's played different roles
Did you-
as well, really well.
Sci-fi wise, you didn't see Westworld, did you?
No.
Because he was in that. He was
No,
he owned the whole park and everything.
Oh.
And it's really good. That's a really good series. I think my favourite actor's probably going to be Harrison Ford because he's been in all of my favourite films.
No, because he was Indiana Jones as well.
Indiana Jones, Star Wars, yeah. Actress, probably Jennifer Lawrence.
Yeah.
Yeah. Currently, modern at the
What
moment.
about of all time though?
Of all, what, famous actress of all time?
Yeah.
So that's probably going to be, like you were saying, really tricky.
It's really tricky.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
I judge it by what films I can see over and over again, and I watch a lot more of Anthony Hopkins films over again than I would like Remains of the Day and Hannibal.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I don't know. Now, probably Jennifer Lawrence, but going back years and years, I can't say I probably watched too many films with lead actresses in through the 80s and 90s because I was all into like Rambo, Arnie, and they were male-dominated films, weren't they? You sexist bastard.
Oh, if I have to go far back as the 80s. Well, there you go. You had like Reese.
Who?
Oh, I've got it into
Oh,
my tongue. I'm so tired.
Jodie Foster.
Jodie Foster. But then she's kind of hasn't done many films lately. She just directs more now. But,
Yeah.
Panic Room. The one with the one where she's on a flight and her daughter gets kidnapped and. Well,
Yeah, she's a really good actress, definitely.
Yeah, she was good as well. She was really quite good. That's what I mean about just they just can play a role really well, no matter what it is.
You got the Terminator 2 3D Blu-ray for Christmas. I love the slip cover with the Arnie on the cover. I got that just before Christmas. I got the Steelbook, which I need to do an unboxing of. But I did see the 3D release of Terminator 2 at cinema with Mum, which we did our very funny cinema trip video with Mama Bowman.
Funny enough, I went with you to see all the Terminator films apart from this last one that they just redid.
What, Genesis?
Yeah, but I watched all the Terminator films with you because, well, apart from the one that came out Rubio, but the other ones, where there's the girl that's the Terminator, there's the guy that's the, they all go into this. Well, the girl's part of, not the Terminator, but part of the bad people that are chasing the Terminator. Do you know what I mean? Where Arnie, there's a new breed of Terminators.
Oh, Terminator 3.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's her? Christina Loken, I think her name is. Can't remember her character. I don't think she had a character name, did she?
I don't know, but I really love the way that whole sort of like the silver sort of liquid, and it just goes up.
And then there was Salvation with Christian Bale. He played John Connor.
Yeah, I remember that one.
And that's a very futuristic. But I actually happen to like Genesis, even though it kind of rewrites a lot of the previous shit. But as a good old-fashioned action adventure film, it's quite funny. But now that James Cameron's getting back involved with Terminator, and then the next Terminator will have Arnie in it, apparently as a human. So I think he's going to play like the Professor, the original Professor, because they've got when they designed the Terminator and they designed the skin around the Terminator, they must have got that skin, that resemblance, that human resemblance from someone.
That makes. I mean, yeah.
So
I like
why
the way
not?
They're gonna go there.
Why not use the resemblance of maybe the Professor that designed the skin?
That makes sense.
But Linda Hamilton's involved as well, so it's the first time she'll be back in Terminator. I don't know if they're going to get Eddie Furlong because he hasn't exactly had a great acting career.
I enjoyed the Terminator films. For sci-fi, would you say that's sci-fi?
That's definitely sci-fi,
See,
yeah.
I enjoyed them.
My last Pound video got what's that word? Demonetized. Demonetized. Guts. Yeah, see, I don't have my videos demonetized, not yet anyway, so...
What does that mean?
I don't know. I think if you put... Is it when you put adverts in, you agree to adverts, then they send you money for every time you upload a video? Because I know there's some people that have got YouTube channels that have got like millions and millions of subscribers, and they actually earn a living. So they get an actual yearly wage kind of thing.
Oh, right.
So maybe a few more subscribers, I might be able to do the same. And live off the land.
Well, it might not mean that, because then he's obviously not that happy about it, so
yeah.
he might have been happier if he was getting money.
What stills are in the package? Oh, well, all the ones that you mentioned, including the Gigi, but I think I might have thrown in Fast and the Furious 6 Steelbook, the Avengers Age of Ultron, the one that matched the original Avengers. I think there's another one, I'm not sure. What's everyone's favourite Blu-ray in their collection? Well, I won't ask that question to you, Lou.
No, I'll tell you what, if I could collect Blu-rays, I'll tell you what would be top. John Wick films.
Oh, yeah.
The John Wick films will be there. John Wick 2, tell me what you think. John Wick 2, much better than the first one. What do you think?
don't know. I like them both. I think I like them equally.
Oh,
I think John Wick was because it was a classic, but I absolutely love the car chase scene at the beginning of John Wick 2.
John, I just.
But maybe because of the end of John Wick 2, the way that, you know, he was like kicked out and now that everybody's got gunning for him.
Mm.
But that's going to be interesting because I think they've already started production on John Wick 3 anyway, so can't wait to see the third one. My favourite Blu-ray is probably, it's going to be the Star Wars collection, all the original 6 films. How much will you want for the Dunkirk? I'll just throw it in, don't worry about it. As soon as I get the steelbook, I've got your address, I'll just pop it in the post for you, don't worry about it.
Aw.
Where's old Bugs Bunny gone? Just orders of Zavi, the new Raid 1 and 2 steelbook, 15 quid. That's a good price, considering that I've got the Raid 1 and 2, but I think I probably paid like 25 quid each for them, so 15 quid's really good.
You look like Zac Efron. Who looks like Zac Efron? Not you. Oh, do you mean Big Chris?
Make a few quid. Yeah, I've never even thought of looking into it, you know, looking at what it's all about. To be perfectly honest, I have no idea what it's about, so maybe I'll have a look on YouTube, do a few videos and see what it's like. Who looks like Zac Efron?
I think he's saying Big Chris looks like Zac Efron, but I'm not sure.
Oh, right. Well, if I look like Zac Efron, then I've done something right.
You should go to Specsavers. Oh, no, my favourite Specsavers advert is where the old couple sit down to have the sandwiches and they end up being on this roller coaster. And then they come off the roller coaster and then the guy asks them, what was in their sandwiches? Oh.
Hello, Carl. Yeah, had a pretty good Christmas, thanks. Favourite Blu-ray collections, Sons of Anarchy Complete Series. I could agree with that, though. Is that because it's the big box one with the replica of the table. Remember the Sons of Anarchy table
right,
with the
yeah.
engraved? And it's a real big box and you take it out and it's got all the seasons
That's
in it.
fun,
I love that box set.
I'm watching Vikings at the moment and I can't wait for the next one, and I don't like that it's every week and I have to like keep watching it.
Yeah, it's strange because some series that you get on Netflix and Amazon, they just dump the whole like season,
Yeah.
don't they? And you can just like Orange is the New Black, and you can just watch all of them back to back.
Yeah, but if anybody watches Vikings on Amazon, give me a thumbs up. I seem to be the only one at the moment. For everyone that I know.
If you like Vikings, I saw a trailer the other day for something called Britannia.
Yes,
It's coming on BBC. It's
I'm probably going to like that.
It looks a cross between like Vikings and Game of Thrones, doesn't
Yeah,
it?
because I like Kingdom of Heaven, and that's a bit Vikingish as well.
Yeah.
So that's another BBC drama.
At the moment, YouTube is getting the money. Why not you? Yeah. Yeah, the table set, definitely. That is a really good box set. Quite a rare one, I believe, though, because I haven't seen it around anywhere else. I think it was quite expensive when it first came out. So did anybody get any Blu-rays for Christmas? Any good Blu-rays or any really weird presents? Favourite Blu-ray is the first Kingsman HMV Steelbook with the art cards. Yeah. I didn't get that one. I got I think it's the Film Arena. It's the black Steelbook rather than the white one. But yeah, Kingsman is a really good film. So we've got a bit of a lull in the comments. I was just wondering if you want to explain your sci-fi theory.
And I got away with it now. I thought no one's asking. Yay! Okay, basically, I've always said I don't do sci-fi, and for me, sci-fi, I would say is spaceships, aliens, and but I also said that I don't consider time travel to be sci-fi. Now, because for me, even though I'm not the biggest fan of space films, I also think there's an element of it could happen, sci-fi, where I always consider it could happen. Therefore, I mean, I can see, living on a spaceship. I mean, people already do that. Colonizing a satellite thing in space, or doing like passengers.
Yeah.
I can see that really happening in the future. I mean,
Yeah.
way in the future, but I can see that happening.
Yeah.
So for me, sci-fi is something that it could happen,
Right.
but not necessarily right now, but it could happen.
Right.
And it usually tends to involve spaceships, and aliens.
Okay.
Now, I don't believe in aliens. I'm not saying that could happen, but other elements of it can happen,
Right.
So that's when I say I don't do sci-fi. I mean, I don't do space, and, and aliens and things. Although saying that, I will come back to the films that I did actually like that were sci-fi. And the reason why I say that I don't consider time travel to be sci-fi is because I don't consider that it could happen. That the past is past, and here. I mean, we get a little bit of it already when we get on an airplane. My parents are like 6 hours behind me. Australia's like 24 hours ahead of us, and so there's a bit of a time travel element there, I would say. You're talking to somebody that's a day ahead of you and stuff like that. So that's about as far as time travel for me is possible.
Right.
And all this light year and time, it's
So why in the future, many, many, many years, why wouldn't it be possible to scientifically bend time? As opposed, if you go back 1,000 years or 2,000 years, what we have now, the capabilities that we have now, would be seen as witchcraft.
Okay, so but what you're saying is you can go back in time, say, I don't know, 100 years from now, and I go and meet my great-great-grandfather or whatever. That's not possible. He's not alive anymore in this.
But if you travel back,
planet.
But if you travel back in time, then probably you might meet him. But
not until I go to heaven.
But also you could think that if time travel becomes available, what is it, down on the corner shop, becomes part of our life, maybe there'll be some scientific block that will disallow you from travelling backwards, but you'll only be able to travel forwards.
I'm sorry, but I don't care how big your thermal exhaust port is, okay? Okay? Or your flux capacitor, okay? I don't care how big it is, I don't care how good it is. For me, time travel is not even in the realm of possibilities as far as going back in time or, I can't go back to the exact moment that I was just now. Or now. Or no, I can't get it back. It's gone. Whereas sci-fi, there's an element that it could happen. But then again, saying, I mean, I like sci-fi films that you don't see the aliens. I love Passengers. Passengers was sci-fi, but there was no alien in sight.
Mm-hmm.
It was all about humans.
Yeah.
And the possibility of what humans could accomplish in the future. And I'm very happy with that. And I would consider that to be sci-fi. A bit possible.
Do you believe in aliens? Do you believe they exist?
No, not really.
Not really? Not anywhere out there in the vast quantities of the universe?
Well, let me put it this way, okay? I believe in God. Therefore, I believe in, creation and the universe and everything else.
What, you mean the Big Bang?
No. But we will not get into religion either. I believe that, there's so many things we don't know about, so many things whatsoever. And, and I think it's very, I don't know, almost a bit, what's the word I'm trying to look for? Like superior race type of you know, white supremacists to say we are the only chosen planet by God to inhabit. You know, I don't know the answer to that.
Yeah.
You know, so
that's what
I'm saying. So if you call that alien,
that's
you know,
that's kind of what I felt like. That what makes people think that we're the only
yeah.
intelligent life in the universe?
Hmm.
Where you think how many universes
You're
there
in the
are, how many
galaxy.
galaxies, how many planets.
I know, it's so vast.
Why would it just be one lonely little planet in the middle of nowhere that contains? I mean, not life of any other kind of thing that we would maybe associate it with. It could be any type of life.
That's the thing. It's so you know, there's so many planets, so many galaxies. I mean, why do we feel we are the only ones? I mean, we're talking about aliens in the little ET versions of the little green little things, and no, or UFOs or crop field, or no, I don't, hand on heart, I just don't. I don't think we, interact with them or meant to interact with them, because if we were, it would be universal, But,
So I don't know what happened with that anal probe last week. Then. I don't know where that came from.
but that's the thing. It's just we're only human beings with human brains,
And apparently we only use probably about 7% of it.
oh God, that's it. I want one of those drugs. What's it called? The one in Limitless.
Oh, didn't they do that in Lucy as well?
Yeah.
She had it
No, but
enhanced.
Lucy ended up sort of merging into the internet, didn't she?
Oh yeah.
No, I just want the pill, like Bradley Cooper made it possible to just have it and not have the side effects anymore. NZT, was it NZT? Something like that?
I think so.
That'd be great, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Mm.
Where are we? Oh, blimey, there we go. There we go. Could you live with having half steelbooks and half normal box sets of Game of Thrones? Because I only have Series 7 steelbook. No, I'm a completist. So if I've got one box set of steelbooks, I've got to have the rest in steelbooks. Because otherwise the uniform goes out.
Mm.
So I've got all the seven steelbooks of the Game of Thrones, and they look fantastic next to each other.
I love Game of Thrones. Love Game of Thrones.
How do Poundland selling box sets of Star Trek heroes for £1? How can they sell them for that? Don't know. I tell you what, I did see in my Poundland today was Lost seasons 4 and 5 for £1.
No way.
Yeah, not in the big cardboard box, but it was actually in the Blu-ray case with the entire series. Blu-ray, Lost, the entire series for £1 each.
That's lost on me how they can.
Whereas I spent about £40 each on them. I love Film Arena. Some of their steelbooks are amazing. But yeah, for a Nova Media, I haven't got too many Nova Medias, but for me it's Blue Fans hands down. Especially that original Guardians of the Galaxy one. Blimey. But as I say, I'm waiting for the Blue Fans Rogue One, because that's going to be stunning. I'm going to do a Blu-ray hunting video when I go to Cardiff. Oh, that'd be good. That'd be really good, yeah. Make sure you get as much footage as you can, because have I ever been to Cardiff? No, I've never been to Cardiff. $190 when it first came out, then shipping to Denmark, and then it got caught in customs. But I had to have it, so it's by far the most expensive in my collection. Yeah, I think mine was about £140 as well. But I think I got it from Amazon UK.
See, I just think of all the makeup I could buy, and dresses and shoes and handbags with that money.
Most Poundland Blu-rays are $7.99 in Zavvi. I sell them on eBay. I get thousands of them. I got thousands of them. Yeah, I saw that video in the background with all of your stacks and stacks of Blu-rays all identical. So I take it that's what you do. You just go in, you buy the box sets, you buy all of them, multiple copies, and then just stick them on eBay.
It's good.
Not similar, but we went to the market, didn't we, last week? And a lot of the Blu-rays that this bloke had for £3, I'd noticed were from Poundland. So yeah, I suppose everybody's jumping on. That's probably why I can't ever find any new Blu-rays, because everybody's bloody bought them all up to sell. Yeah, I'm talking about the The Sons of Anarchy box set. Yeah, it was about £140 on Amazon UK. Hi Benjamin. Instagram. Do I have Instagram?
Oh, I don't know. I'm not even on Facebook.
I've got
people.
Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Yes, I have got Instagram. I think it's down as Cuds and Drips. Or I might have changed it to Big Pauly. Big Pauly, I love your records. What records?
It means videos, I think, don't it?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Hmm.
Zavi have the complete Sons Steelbook, 1 to 7. Sons of Anarchy. Did the Sons of Anarchy do steelbooks? Because the big collection I've got it in, they're just like gatefold packaging. Oh, it's just a plain box set. Yesterday I bought some good deals at HMV on Boxing Day. You had better luck in the shops than I did then. If you saw my last Blu-ray video, went to Tesco's, bloody place was closed. They had a power cut. Have you done an unboxing on your channel of the Sons of Anarchy box set? And do you have a collection video? No, because I'd already had that. I'd already bought that way before I started my channel. It's probably featured in my room tour though, the back bedroom room tour. The US Sons box set is an actual big plastic box made to look like the table they sit at in their clubhouse. That's the one I've got.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one I've got. And that's the one with like the little gatefold sleeves inside it.
I was really disappointed with the ending of Sons of Anarchy.
Oh, with the fact that he decided to drive straight into a bloody lorry head on.
Someone might not have watched that yet. This is terrible.
I think we're way past that now. When did that end? About 4 years
Yeah,
ago?
but still, I haven't even watched the first episode of The Walking Dead. So there are some people out there.
Do you want to know, guys?
The zombies, obviously. But do you want to break more hearts out there? Not only is Santa not real, but the Easter Bunny isn't real either.
What?
Yeah. More spoiler alerts.
Damn. I think there should be a thingy of levitation.
Levitation. What?
Where you
Dynamo
don't,
magician here.
where you can't give a shit about spoilers, because I know there was a lot of spoilers for The Last Jedi, but it's got to get to a certain point where you can start talking about spoilers.
If it's 2 years or older.
But I saw the first couple of pictures of the Sons of Anarchy spin-off the other day.
I just got to show you the lovely little Christmas napkins we've got. I don't know if you can read it, guys. Anyway, I don't know if you can read it, but
I'm just imagining I can
basically
read
says,
that.
"Dear Santa, I've been really good this year. Well, I was most of the time. Okay, maybe once in a while. Oh, never mind. I'll just buy my own presents again." I love that.
What did Santa Claus say to Mrs. Santa Claus when he looked up in the sky?
Looks like reindeer. oh, the best ever joke. You know how you get your little jokes in the Christmas crackers and stuff?
Oh, God, yeah.
Well, this one is brilliant. I'm going to remember it forever. What is the best Christmas present in the world?
No idea.
A broken drum. Because you just can't beat it.
Oh my God!
A broken drum because you just can't beat it.
Oh dear. Do you know there's a load of people sitting in a factory actually writing out Christmas cracker jokes?
Yeah.
God, that must be depressing job. Still, it must be better than my job. Where are we then? Got some more comments coming. HMV closed. My local HMV twats. Yeah, a lot of the HMVs closed, didn't they? A couple of years ago, there was one in Ashford, Folkestone. There was one there as well. Big one in Canterbury stayed open, and Westwood Cross. But you've got one, haven't you? You've got one in Maidstone.
Yeah, Not that I ever go in it. Unless I'm looking for something.
I probably will next week actually, because next week, the blue. Sorry if I'm just waffling on and eating sweets. It helps me get over my recent man flu, because as you know, I had a really bad cough, and by sucking sweets, hard-boiled sweets, actually stops me coughing, so it gives me time to heal.
Oh, and that is why, I don't know if you saw the last video where you did the test for this, and I was freezing, and I must have said I was freezing cold about 100 times in that video. And that's because he turns up and he's got the lurgy and he's coughing and spluttering. So I opened up all the windows and I turned the heating off, because there's no point in having the heating on if you've got all the windows open, just to ventilate the place, because it was just, coughing and spluttering and everything. And the last thing I want to do is get cold. So we went out, forgot the windows were open, forgot the heating was off. We stayed out for hours, came back, and no kidding, it was warmer outside than it was in.
It bloody was.
Freezing,
It bloody was.
freezing. And he didn't give me any warning about doing a live testing. So of course all you got was, I'm freezing cold, I'm freezing cold. Oh.
Oh dear me. I don't have the unboxing video of that because I've just recently started a new channel, but I'm going to be making new 28 collection videos sometime in the next week. Oh, brilliant. That'd be good. I'm looking for some new channels to watch. As I was saying about next week, next Monday, it's New Year's Day, so I'll be doing a Blu-ray hunt as usual, but I'll be doing it in Maidstone. So I'll be hitting. I know where the Sainsbury's is. Do they do sell many Blu-rays? Down by the multi-story?
Which one are you talking about? Which one?
Sainsbury's. Your local Sainsbury's.
Our local.
Yeah.
What, over there?
Yeah.
Oh no.
They
It's,
don't-
it's almost like a little local shop, like a Tesco.
So they don't
Express.
sell Blu-rays?
They do, but I mean, God.
What about your
Can.
Tesco's? Have you got a Tesco's?
Again, they're quite small. There's a bigger Tesco down there
God.
on the A20.
So maybe I won't be doing Blu-ray on in Maidstone.
No, go to Blue Water.
Blue Water on New Year's Day?
Mm.
Ooh. I don't know. Or maybe I'll go to Westwood Cross. You always know where you are with Westwood Cross. I always go to the Oxford Street one. Oh, that's a massive HMV. But I haven't been up there in decades. DVD, box set, steelbooks, 4K, PS4, Xbox collection videos. Oh, brilliant. So, a bit of everything. Look forward to that. When are you bringing an album out?
Is that for your records?
Is that because I sound like a broken record? Sons don't have steelbooks, but they would have been in my collection too if they had been the case.
Paul is bringing out a record, and it's a tribute to his favourite band in the world, Status Quo.
And I like it. I like
la,
it.
La, la, la,
I like it.
So you can pay your money and you can take your choice.
Whatever you want. 800 subscribers. I know. Thanks very much.
Well, hey,
Hit that today. I think it's about 802 or something.
lovely.
So I better start doing the draw for the 700 subscribers soon. No, we've got to find something for the 800 giveaway. Anybody want a broken Blu-ray player?
With surround sound.
I can't wait for the Jumanji Steelbook that comes on the 15th of January. That one looks amazing. It does. Really good. It looks like the original box of the old board game.
That's Robin Williams, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's the original
Yeah,
one.
I think I remember seeing that one.
Just bought the Atomic Blonde Steelbook. Haven't seen it yet. Will I regret it? I don't know because I haven't seen the film yet.
Yeah, I haven't either. I really want to see it though.
Yeah.
Or you can ask, what was his name? The big Charlie Theron fan. Is it Charlie Theron, Atomic Blonde?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Can you let us know, big Charlie Theron fan?
Yeah, whoever's seen
Is it
Atomic
worth it?
Blonde, how good is it? Somebody actually told me they've been to see it at the cinema twice.
No.
Merry Porgmas. It's Richard. He always sends me pork stuff. I take it you weren't unhappy with the amount of pork, Richard, in the Last Jedi. I thought Chewie took it a bit too far. Don't go into Atomic Blonde expecting it to be a female John Wick. Then you'll be fine. It's more of a slow spy thriller and JW action packed.
So, Salt with Angelina Jolie had more action and was better. Maybe.
That was a good
I'm
film.
gonna compare it because I would go into it.
Is it like Salt? Because that was a good film.
See, I would go into Atomic Blonde expecting it to be a bit like Salt.
What was the one with the girl out in the desert, in the snow, in the cabin?
Oh, the little girl that was
Yeah.
used as a killer.
She was, wasn't she Russian or something?
Oh yeah, and wasn't it? Tommy Nick, he played Batman. What's his name? Oh, Bale. Christian Bale.
Christian
was his dad,
Bale.
Her dad.
Yeah, and was it Liev Schreiber?
Yeah.
Schreiber from, what's his program that he does?
Well, he was in Salt as well. Ray Donovan. Like Ray
Was it
Donovan.
Ray Donovan?
Yeah.
Maybe it was him, yeah.
He was in Salt. What was it? What was that called? Not Nikita, something like. It was like, wasn't it just like one?
I think it was just
name?
one name, wasn't it? Yeah.
But that was really good. She was a badass assassin, that little 10-year-old or whatever.
Yeah, because that was really good, wasn't it? When she infiltrated like the basements of the CIA or whatever it was.
She was pretending to be a really lost little girl. And she just went.
You're going to go broke if you have to do a giveaway every time you hit the various hundreds. Yeah, but that's what I do. It's not always going to be brilliant, top of the range stuff, but it makes it worthwhile.
Oh, sorry.
Just don't do emoji steelbook for the 800 subscribers. Emoji the movie.
Oh, right, yeah.
Potentially one of the worst films ever made.
Bye, Benjamin. He's going to go back to work.
Is he?
Oh.
Where are you? Oh, bye, Benjamin. Hope you have fun at work. Come back again on the next stream.
Hannah, that's what it was called.
That's it, yeah, Hannah.
Thanks for that, Dennis.
That was a good film. I love
Yeah,
that.
that was good.
Just enough porgs in The Last Jedi. I'm glad they were not the follow-up to the Jedi. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, there was just the right amount of porgs. Can't believe all the hate of The Last Jedi, I know. Lulu is yawning. Are we boring her?
Sorry, Tracy, no. No, not at all. I just haven't had a good night's sleep because, see, we were up quite late, and having the in-laws, they love to get up early. I mean, they get up early, and they go for walks, and they go on walking holidays. And, I mean, I don't know, but you know, it's been a bit sort of.
And you've had to look
exhausting.
after the for the last couple of days, and you've done all the
Had them since Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, Boxing Day. So today's kind of like the
Christmas
only day.
preparations and all
Yeah,
that kind of stuff that comes with it.
You know, surviving on a 3-hour sleep with that. You know, just everything going around in your head, making sure you've got enough alcohol because that kind of numbs everything else out of the way, and you're making sure that you've got enough of everything. And of course, if the other half doesn't sleep because she was cooking everything and making sure, you know, she'd wake up in the middle of the night going, I don't think I've got enough sprouts. I've only got 250. Just kidding. But no, you know, so it's just been very difficult to sleep. Plus, having a lion is out of the question anyway. And when you've got a house full of guests, you know, they wake you up every time because they get up to for whatever reason, and you're not used to other people making noise in your house. So it's just basically surviving on a little bit of sleep for the last 3 days.
Whereas me, I just get up any time I want. Except when I have to set my alarm clock for 6:15 in the morning to go to work. That's really annoying. Is 6:15 late getting up? Or is it early for a lot of people? Because I always feel like that's halfway through the night.
6:15 in the morning?
In the morning.
Well, we've been getting up about 5:30, 6.
Yeah, Martin, my shift companion, he gets up at 5 o'clock. And I think 5 o'clock? I've only been in bed for like 3 hours.
Not through choice, though. I wouldn't necessarily get up at that time through choice.
Yeah,
but
no.
that's the time that Nana likes to have a cup of tea.
I'm going to be all. And I had a lovely drink. You can't see it there, it's all cold and
You
it still
can't see it
smells
anyway.
nice.
Oh,
What's it?
I meant to put that in a little mug. for
Mulled
you.
cider.
Yeah, I've got mulled cider and mulled wine, but
Oh, it's lovely.
we've got the little glass ones you can drink it out of. But I just gave you the mug for now.
Where are we? I go back into work there, so oh yeah. Too soon, Hannah. Yet. Up a bit, up a bit, up a bit.
Lulu is yawning. I think we got as far as that.
Yeah. Atomic
Crazy.
Blonde is told in the past tense, and a lot of the action it was shown in the trailers.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Last Jedi was good, but it was too long and too slow. I was enjoying myself, but I wanted it to end. That's not how you want to go into a Star Wars film. I know it was long. It was the longest Star Wars movie of them all. It was 2.5 hours.
Was it?
There was a little bit that kind of dragged. For me, it was on the island, the kind of Rey pursuing Luke kind of thing. But I liked the story. I really did like the story, the way where they went with it. But I've no problem with what they did with it
That reminds me of a sci-fi film.
because they've been adventurous this time.
Yeah. I think it was AI. If it wasn't for the bear, I'd have walked out. I kind of felt like,
Yeah, that
oh god, yeah.
but that had a
Ooh,
very
hold on a
divided audience as well.
Oh,
because
hold on a minute. Oh, the bear's back. Okay. Oh, he's so cute. Yeah. Okay, the bear. Oh, the bear's back. That was about the only thing I remember about
what's
it.
it? Are you David?
Take me to David.
Take me to
Take
David.
me to David.
Because that was a Kubrick story, wasn't it? That Spielberg sort of like put his final touches to.
But then that extends. That I watched about 3 episodes of that, and I could have Halle Berry, and again it was about her
Yeah.
an AI sort of son,
AI was the first time I saw it, a very difficult film to watch. Not because it was very emotional, but we were just about to fly out to America, and the film opened kind of like 3 days before the Twin Towers,
Oh,
and they were featured in the film, and even some of the dialogue when they flew past the towers and that, it was so in the moment, it was very kind of weird because they were all talking about off to Manhattan, the end of the world sort of thing, and it had only just happened literally within a couple of days.
Oh, you see films that things happen and films don't come out because of, the
Yeah.
natural disasters and things that happen and it's a bit too close to the mark.
Yeah,
So then
absolutely.
they save it a few years and then release it later on.
Yeah. One film that you definitely should watch, it can maybe be a bit of a hard watch, some of the scenes, is the Mark Wahlberg film about the Boston Marathon bombing.
What's that called again?
It's called, oh God, here we go again, Patriots Day.
Ah, yeah. I probably will watch it. I don't mind
Yeah,
Mark Wahlberg.
because
Yeah.
it's told from all of the characters on the day, all of the, even from the terrorist point of view, plus also the cops, and you get to know all their backstories and everything. And there were some scenes in it that we never knew happened, like the gun battle and everything, and I didn't even know that happened towards the end. But it was a very gripping film.
I think I will watch it. I do like Mark Wahlberg.
But I loved AI. I even bought the bear, didn't I?
You gave me the bear for Christmas.
Yeah, and I also bought one as well. But I really loved that film. It's one of my favourite Spielberg movies.
Really? You liked it?
Yeah.
I mean,
I still do to this
Can
day.
you tell me what it's about? Because I remember the mum wanted a kid. Here's an artificial kid,
Yeah,
and the mum then doesn't want the kid anymore. But again, like I said, if it wasn't for the bear, I'd have walked out. And I remember Jude Law just looking like a
because their boy Martin, that was kind of like in a coma, induced in a coma, and they went to him and read for him. He came too. So
he came back,
he
so
came
she didn't
back.
want the kid anymore.
So David kind of got left on the sideline, but
And he just wanted to be loved. Because he got programmed that way.
Yeah.
It wasn't his fault.
it's basically Pinocchio. It's a modern telling of Pinocchio. He wanted to be human, didn't he?
Yeah,
Wanted to be a human boy.
I do not know why I found it really taxing. I don't know, maybe because I've had a long day. Maybe I just couldn't follow it. I don't know, but I just remember sort of thinking, oh, I can't get into this film. I just can't get into this film. And I've paid like, well, back then it was like £8 to watch this, or £7.
Yeah.
I can't remember at the cinema.
It was
And I'm thinking,
when he found the blue fairy.
I don't remember a blue fairy.
When he found the blue fairy at the theme park, and then it all got frozen, and then he got awoken by the aliens, you know, like 4,000 years in the future and all that.
Is that why Harry Potter was playing Quidditch?
That whole scene at the end with the music and
Are we talking about the same film?
yeah, the whole scene at the end with the music,
No.
and when he finally got to have that final day with his mum, that oh my god.
Okay, I'm like,
That's
I tell you
one
what.
for me. That is one of the most emotional 20 minutes of a movie ever,
Okay.
and I cannot watch that film without blubbering like a twat.
Okay, next time around yours, we can watch it.
Right?
I'll give it one more try after. When did it come out?
Oh, 2001 maybe, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
okay. I watched it 2001, and all I remember is that if it wasn't for that bear, I walked out. And
So we'll give it another shot, or you'll give it another shot. But I absolutely love that film. Oh, The Long Kiss Goodnight
oh yeah, that's good.
is another great.
Mm.
Yeah, Gina Davis
Yeah,
and
that's
Samuel L.
good.
Jackson. That's
Yeah,
a really
that's
good
really good.
film.
That's a Christmas film. 'Cause I remember her in a sleigh and Christmas hat, and so can that be considered a Christmas film? Probably,
I
can't it?
suppose, yeah.
And snow.
What's Tom say? I really lost all respect for Ben Affleck when he took on the Batman role, but then the other day I watched Good Will Hunting and was reminded how amazing he actually is. I've never seen Good Will Hunting.
Haven't you?
Never.
Yeah, I saw it. Saw it once.
Um, what else? What have I seen? Mainly I've seen Ben Affleck
Affleck.
in things like Armageddon and Pearl Harbor. Things like that. But I think that Ben Affleck is a much better director than an actor.
Mm.
I mean, he did Argo and the Town, for Christ's sake.
Oh, the town. That's the one with bank robbery. Yeah, I
two
saw that
two
one.
of the best. Argo, my God, that is one hell of a film. But I don't know. For me, Batman is always going to be Christian Bale. What do you mean? Michael Keaton was the best.
Oh God, no. Seriously, does anybody really think Michael Keaton was the best Batman?
There probably will be some, yeah.
Mm.
He was a good Batman, but for me, the complete Nolan trilogy is the finest superhero trilogy ever, especially The Dark Knight with Heath Ledger playing the Joker. That is that was a career-defining moment. That was
a shame.
and that's one hell of a film to go out on and be remembered on.
Mm.
But there were my two favourite superhero movies of all time are the original Superman with Christopher Reeve and The Dark Knight.
I think. Oh God.
And neither of them have got time travel.
But then you see, and it's weird. But then Batman. Okay, I know he's a superhero. Is he DC? Or
He's
is he
DC,
not?
yeah.
He's DC, yeah. But he's a human being, you know.
He's a
He just
human
puts
being,
suits on,
yeah.
and he's got his thing. So, you know, that's, you know.
And that's something that I couldn't get my head around when we got Batman v Superman, because you're thinking, well, this bloke dresses up in a metallic suit. The other bloke's from another bloody planet with laser beams coming out of his eyes, super breath, and as strong as a tank.
Yeah. So, and he's just a human
It's
being.
like
in a suit.
it's unbalanced.
Yeah. So who won that anyway? I didn't actually watch it. But who won it?
I think Lex Luthor won it, didn't he? But they did give each other a bit of a battering, and that's the only reason he had that big metallic suit on, because otherwise he wouldn't have stood a chance with Superman.
But then Superman could have just mounted the suit with his vision.
Yeah, I know. Or it just blown his head up or
But
something.
then, I think that's when the writers forget that, you know, I think insult our intelligence a little bit. It's like, because they just write it to fit whatever they need to do without really sticking to the history of it, really.
Yeah.
Like, take, for example, vampire films or programs, yeah? You've got the whole, oh no, the original, don't go out at night, you only go out at night, the sun, definitely not, you know, bad, definitely not, no. Even True Blood did that But then you've got things like, you know, Twilight, where it's okay to go out in the sun. You know, you get a little bit of glitter.
A little bit of glitter, a
Yeah,
little bit of
it's alright,
sparkle.
it's fine. You know, and Bram Stoker did it as well, where you know they can go out in the day. Just the powers are a bit less, but you know you can go out in the day. And I just think they just change it to suit what they're writing, and they kind of don't
Yeah.
stick to the original thing. You know.
Yeah, change the whole concept.
I don't think the whole thing. Oh yeah, but then vampires evolve. Well, no, not really. The whole point is that they don't evolve because they just stay the same for hundreds of years.
Do you remember that? Do you remember that episode of True Blood when he was on the mountain in the snow?
Oh yeah, that's because they all drink fairy blood.
Yeah.
Then he realised, oh shit, because it started to burn again. Oh, he's a great actor. What's his name?
Is it? It's Alexander Skarsgård, wasn't it?
Oh, he's the brother of the guy that plays not Loki, something the boat builder in Vikings. He's quite good.
Oh right. He's also the brother of Pennywise, the clown from It.
Oh, well, they must all be actors in the whole family.
Yeah, it's like the Baldwins all over again.
Wahlbergs.
Oh yeah.
But no.
Before I go, when are you announcing the 700 sub Steelbook giveaway winner? It'll probably be next week because from next Monday I'm literally off work for 2 weeks. So I'll get time to do some videos. So yeah, it'll definitely be sometime next week. Live by Night is also nowhere near as bad as people say it is. And see, that's one of the last ones that Ben Affleck did. And I really want to see that. It's kind of like, it looks a bit like Boardwalk Empire, set in like 20s or 30s, I think.
Right, yeah.
It looks
like gangsters.
it looks very gangster, very gangsterish. But that's definitely one that I want to see.
I've got want to watch Girl Gone or something like that.
Oh yeah.
Ben Affleck, I think, is in that. Yeah.
Despite his recent outburst, Christian Bale is the best Batman.
What's his recent outburst?
He likes to have outbursts, doesn't he?
A bit like Charlie Sheen used to do.
Telling the crew to piss off or something.
Oh,
or
that kind of thing. Yeah, a bit too big for my boots kind of thing.
Christopher Reeves has very unfortunate luck. Well, yeah, he's dead. Unfortunately, God bless him, but he was a brilliant. He's
Superman.
He's Superman. No
Yeah.
one will ever
No,
touch his.
He's Superman.
No one. I know Brandon Ruth tried to kind of recreate the Christopher Reeve moments, and for some moments you could actually see it because he was very not close, but his eyebrows and the way that he looked. In some scenes, he did look a bit like Christopher Reeve.
What's the worst Superman you've seen? Not Superman film, but the Superman acting. Like
The
I know
worst.
you probably like Smallville, but what was that one with that Kane guy? I couldn't get into that one. Something Kane, was it? He
Dean
played-
Cain.
Ah, yeah.
What? Lois and Clark, the
Yeah.
New Adventures of Superman.
Yeah, I think that
Loved
was,
it.
You loved it.
Loved
I
that.
thought that was probably the worst one. And then
Loved that in the 90s. Oh
in
yeah.
Smallville, I probably watched 1 or 2 seasons
Yeah.
of that. I couldn't watch
The
it
thing
all.
about Smallville though is that we waited like 10 years. I think it's 10 years or 12 years, and I think he only put the costume on for like 2 seconds in the finale. But you never saw him in costume. You just saw like an arm or a leg.
No, I liked it to a certain point, Smallville, and then
Yeah.
I just kind of just lost. What was going on.
Henry Cavill is a really good Superman.
See, I loved him in the Tudors, so he's a good actor.
He's a really good one, but yeah, it'll always be Christopher Reeve. And he's not built like
Yeah.
he's not built like Henry Cavill or anything like that. But that's it, isn't it? It's his acting. Still going, yeah, still here. I hope the streaming's still all right and it's not pixelated and all that.
Oh, blimey! It's 9 o'clock.
It's way past your bedtime. Have you ever seen 99 Homes with Michael Shannon and Andrew Garfield? It's a really good film and it's quite underrated. 99 Homes, definitely not. Well, Andrew Garfield was in Spider-Man 2, 1 and 2. He was the new Spider-Man that took over from Tobey Maguire. Michael Shannon you'll recognise because he was in Boardwalk Empire. what's his name? Oh God, I can't remember his name in Boardwalk Empire.
Just noticed you haven't done your hands today.
No, well, I've got this hand down here, and the other one's on my little pen that's moving the comments up and down. I can't remember his name. And can anybody remember Michael Shannon's name in Boardwalk Empire? Because I certainly can't. What else we got here? Whoop. Alexander is brother to the new Pennywise and Flicky in
Floki.
Floki?
Not Loki. Loki's Thor's brother.
Oh yeah,
Loki,
yeah.
Yay!
99 Homes, seen that on film 4.
I have to say though that Alexander got the looks in the family. I think. Bless.
Adam West for me, I like that bit of a camp. Yeah, see,
Oh,
that's,
about the 70s.
yeah,
It?
60s more like, wasn't it?
Really, yeah.
That because that's way before my time. I only ever saw that on like reruns.
Every
and-
time they had a pow,
Pow!
or a whack or a
Whack!
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, I was just so camp though, wasn't it? Come on, Batman, let's get him.
Hey, okay, who votes for next time we're on this? We have to dress up as Batman and Robin.
Oh, don't.
But there is no Robin, is there?
We can get Claire dressed up as Catwoman.
That's it. Boom, 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 boom. How many? 1,000 subscribers. Oh, wow.
Merry Christmas, Rose. Was that Rosary?
Rosary.
Rosary. Tom Holland is the best Spider-Man. Andrew Garfield second, and Tobey Maguire last. Really?
Yeah, I agree.
Even though he's the first one.
I agree. Tobey Maguire just did not. I mean, Seabiscuit, isn't it? It's like you know, it's not Spider-Man.
Yeah. Andrew Garfield. He was all right. I don't know. I can't say I was ever really that impressed. I think probably for me it's going to be Tobey Maguire.
Really?
Yeah, I haven't seen enough Tom Holland. We've only seen him briefly in like Captain America, Civil War, and Spider-Man. We haven't really seen enough of him. But he was really good in Spider-Man Homecoming. That's a really good film. But that's one you'll have to see on DVD sometime. Don't rub it in.
What?
Zach Adams. It's all about a family who get evicted by Shannon and loses everything, and then Garfield secretly works for Shannon to get money. To get money.
Yeah, probably would. We should.
Well, it sounds all right. 99 Homes. Let's put a smile on your face.
Nelson
Why
Van
so-
Alden.
That's it, Nelson Van Alden.
Nelson.
Oh, I'm going to have to
You
get.
have to Google it.
I'll have to get a
But-
picture for Lulu.
Going back to that Alex, I remember the name. Going back to Alexander, the brother of the one that's in it, and the brother of the one that plays Floki. He's he's quite a good actor too, because he was in this Sky from. Yes, of course. He played the really religious FBI agent.
Yes.
He and he played a husband there that beats on Nicole Kidman, and on this thing called Pretty Little Lies.
Oh, yeah.
And it's
Never saw
superb.
that.
If you haven't seen Pretty Little Lies on Sky, just go for it. Watch it. It's well, I just think it's really good.
Lou got me into something the other a couple of weeks ago, 2 or 3 weeks ago, that I never
It's
thought I'd
one of
watch.
my dresses, but I thought we weren't telling anybody.
This Is Us.
Oh, This Is Us. Yeah, that's really good.
I never thought I'd watch that, but I've only seen 3 episodes, but I really enjoy it.
Oh, This Is Us.
It's
is
really
fantastic.
good.
I really like it. Yeah, really good. I like the way they blend everyone in. It's got a good. The
I-
first episode, a good little punchline. A bit M. Night Shyamalan type style at the end.
Yeah,
It's
oh,
really
yeah.
good, yeah.
I never saw that ending coming.
No,
We better not
it's
tell him, eh? In case they haven't seen it. But it was nice to see Green Arrow again. Was it Justin Hartley? He played the big girl's brother, the actor.
good. Oh, right, yeah.
He was in Smallville for God knows how many years. He played the Green Arrow.
Yeah, he was also in a few other things I've watched. Yeah.
So I hadn't seen him in for quite a while.
Tobey Maguire is Spider-Man.
Toby was fine for his time, but he didn't embed the character of Peter Parker or Spider-Man. I didn't feel like he was a very intelligent person in the Raimi movies.
Well-
No, he was just a high school kid, wasn't he, pissing about?
But do you know why? Do you know why, Jedi Knight? Because with great power comes great responsibility.
And when I went, that's funny because I was going to put that on my Blu-ray hunting
What with
yesterday.
great power comes
No,
great
because when I got to Tesco's, it was with no power comes no fucking Blu-ray hunting. I think Tobey Maguire was the best Peter Parker. Andrew Garfield was the best Spider-Man, and Tom Holland is the best all-round. I have to watch Spider-Man Homecoming again. I only saw it once in the cinema. Have you seen Kingsman 2? Yeah. Great film. Garfield felt like the character more. He was believable teenager and deals with Ben's death in a more realistic way. The first Amazing Spider-Man was favourite before Homecoming, but Tom Holland is Spider-Man. All the Spider-Man films are good, but for me, none of them excel like the others, like Captain America or Thor. Yeah, the characters really do develop in those, don't they? As I say, we've only seen Tom Holland once, so maybe in a Spider-Man trilogy, you know, it'll be a bit better. Spider-Man 2 with Doc Ock is overrated. Thought that was considered to be the best Spider-Man movie of all time. I'm going to get some rap for that now, aren't I? Have you watched The Good Place on Netflix? I haven't, have you? I've got Ted, is that with Ted Danson and the girl that was the not like a secret agent photographer. God, what's her name? We're terrible.
I know. I think the things that I've watched on Netflix recently is Sense8, the second series.
Yes, it is.
And
It is the one I was telling you about.
what one?
Kristen Bell. She dies or she gets sent to heaven, but it was mistaken identity.
Oh yeah, you told me about that. You said I
Yeah.
might like that one. I haven't got around to it.
I've seen a couple of episodes. I really thought that was pretty good.
I tell you, you got me into.
It's very Pushing Daisies. The look
Oh
of it.
yeah, I remember that. Pushing
Mm.
Daisies. You got me into Jessica Jones. Now that I was hooked on that. What's his name? He.
David Tennant.
Oh, yeah, brilliant buddy.
Doctor Who.
Yeah, brilliant buddy.
And he's coming back in the second series.
I think he's kind of come back
He's-
like a.
He's going to haunt her.
Yeah, rather
He's
than
going to be
an
like
actual
over her shoulder.
live person.
Yeah. She'll never be able to get away from
But
him.
then they had great chemistry. They really did have great chemistry.
At the moment, I'm watching Iron Fist. I think I'm 3 episodes away from the end of Iron Fist. I'm really liking that. Luke Cage is just bloody brilliant. I need to see The Defenders, which basically brings all of the Marvel characters all into like an Avengers style movie. The Defenders, and that's got Jessica Jones in it. So I need to watch that. And The Punisher, because a lot of people have been talking about The Punisher as the next big Marvel Netflix thing.
See, Sense8.
Yes, that was good.
Now, you would say that's probably classified as sci-fi, right? But I wouldn't. I'd have to classify it in the same thing that I would classify time traveling. Because it's all kind of,
Yeah.
you know, telepathy in one group and then a different group has a different kind of telepathy going on. And, you know, it's not going to happen.
There was one series that I did see last year, which had me gripped from the start.
Oh, I watched, was it Power? Power was quite good.
Oh, did you see that? As good
Yeah,
as it?
I watched Power. That was good. Get me going. Oh.
Can't find it at the moment.
Well, I'm gonna have to wrap it up soon because I'm
Yeah.
quite tired. Can't believe we've been doing this forever.
Actually, 2 hours. Is it coming up on 2 hours?
Wow.
Have a quick flick through. Alexander Skarsgård was Tarzan. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw Tarzan. Loved him in Tarzan.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did. Yeah. Veronica Mars.
Veronica Mars, that's it, yeah. Have you watched the Christmas Doctor Who special? Yeah, really good. Liked it. Stranger Things is amazing. Favourite season. First season was brilliant. I absolutely I thought the second series was corker.
I haven't seen Stranger Things. What's that about?
Stranger Things is basically like Stand By Me meets the Goonies, set in the 80s in this little town, all these kids, very Spielberg looking, feeling. But one of these kids gets kind of like taken into like the upside down world,
Oh.
which is kind of like the anti-world, and they have to try and retrieve him, and it's like this demon kind of creature is haunting them all and that. Winona Ryder's in it. She's really good in it. She's a bit moany, but The Ranch on Netflix is also quite good.
Yeah, I've watched a few episodes of that.
And the most recent Netflix show that I've watched was Orange is the New Black. You wasn't too hot on the last series of that, was you?
Oh,
The whole
no.
riot in the one series.
Oh. You know, I kept going with it because I just thought it was going to get better because I've loved every other series and
Yeah.
it's made me laugh, but I didn't really laugh at this one, and it was just a bit like the whole.
I thought it was quite good, but I did kind of miss the whole normal series rather than just having it all filmed around a couple of days
Yeah.
in a riot. I'm slowly going through Seinfeld and Curb Your Enthusiasm. Yeah, never seen Seinfeld. I'm up to date on Curb Your Enthusiasm because I think it's just finished its 10th season. Are you going live over New Year Eve or day? Probably not. Probably won't be a live feed until sometime in January. Mr. Robot on Amazon Prime is.
Watched the first series. I'm about 2 episodes into the second one.
Oh, look.
2 or 3.
This is Jedi Knight 11, last survivor of Pauly's live stream, signing off. God bless you.
Bye, Jedi Knight.
Bye, Jedi Knight. See you soon. Well, guys, I think that's about it. We've been on here for a good old 2 hours. I'm sure that you've got other things to do rather than listen to us waffling on, eh?
Where's Winnie?
Yeah, we could have sat her in the back there somewhere. She's at home, just minding her own business. So, it's been a pleasure.
Yeah, well, this has been fun, and thanks for inviting me to do a live stream with you. And I hope I have explained my sci-fi theory.
Yeah, we can put it to bed now, can't we?
What did you think? Did you think it makes sense now? Why I don't think time travel is sci-fi?
I don't know, I wasn't listening.
Oh. Okay.
I understand where you're coming from. I understand
Okay.
where you're coming. Not everybody will agree. Oh, not everybody will agree with it, but I understand your side, your part of it. Yeah.
Well, Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year. Yeah.
See you next year.
Get pissed. See the fireworks in and do whatever you want to do. Yeah. Thanks. It was fun. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Everybody else as well. Bye, everyone. See you on the next live stream.
Was it you say live long and prosper and
Live long and I can actually do it. Live long and prosper.
all a good night.
And we'll see you all in 2018 next year.
Yay. We'll have flying cars by then.
Don't.
Bye.
Bye, everyone. Bye.